schools in sort of all quadrants of our community, both north and south of Main Street. And about 75% of Winterville residents live within neighborhoods immediately north and south of that Main Street corridor. So we're talking about high density of people, of kids, of schools, of parks, and thinking about Church Street and Main Street in particular about being corridors that we could potentially improve. So 2 locations along those corridors emerged as priorities, and here's a list of the folks that were involved with these initial discussions and conversations. So we had, of course, our Winterville and Pitt County people, but we also talked to NCDOT, our colleagues there, and the National Center for Safe Routes to School. They were really helpful as well in thinking about engineering and implementation. So from this advisory group, we identified 2 intersections, Main Street and Church Street, and Cooper Street and Church Street as our best bets for safety improvements. So I included, these are very recent photos from like 2 weeks ago, and a little bit hard to tell as well. I would drag you all outside to go look at these because they're right down the street. But they have ADA ramps and tactile domes, so a lovely ADA compliance there. But there's no crosswalks at Main Street, and there's only sort of 1.5 crosswalks at Cooper Street and Church Street currently. So we identified these 2 as really needing crossing improvements to connect our north-south corridors and also alleviate some of the issues with both of these corridors don't have any east-west stop signs, so traffic can just move continuously. There's nothing in a motorist that indicates that pedestrians, they might need to stop for pedestrians in the street. So that's what we're trying to fix. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste about some of the tools that we could potentially use. These are not necessarily the ones that we will go ahead with. We're going to talk to NCDOT and see what kinds of strategies they recommend. But some of the ideas that we've had are using modular raised crosswalks or speed tables to slow vehicles. I personally love these. They're not always so popular with community members who don't want to slow down, but they are really effective at slowing cars, especially if we have cars moving into downtown. You want people to go slower anyway or near schools. Also using flexi posts or these paddle boards. You've probably seen these around the county. They've been used a lot in quick build projects around Pitt County. And then also, it sounds so boring, but actually just making our crosswalks flashier. So our crosswalks in North Carolina are typically just 2 white parallel lines, and they really don't indicate to drivers that pedestrians might be there, that bikes might be there, that kids might be there. So actually just painting ladder or zebra-style crosswalks, research shows that that is very effective at visually alerting drivers to look out for people. And then rectangular rapid flashing beacons, it's a fancy name for those bright yellow signs that flash when people push a button. They're becoming a lot more popular across the county as well. They're a little more expensive, but they are also very effective at having cars stop for pedestrians in the street. So these are some of the different tools that are available to us, and like I said, we're going to work with our colleagues at NCDOT and then with Winterville, of course, to determine what might work the best. So what's the grant timeline? So right now we are finalizing those quick build locations, which is why I'm talking to you tonight. I wanted to get your feedback on these 2 intersections and answer any questions you might have. And then as soon as we can, we want to submit that application and connect with our NCDOT folks. We've had some of those vague conversations, but we need to sort of iron out some of the more specific details. And then it sounds so soon. This is so exciting about quick builds. We get them on the ground really fast. So the goal is to get things installed by May 8th, 2024. That's Bike and Roll to School Day. And then before it gets installed, and also in the summer of 2024, we're hoping to do some data collection. So thinking about car speeds, how many pedestrians are crossing at these locations, and then collect some of that community feedback. So yeah, do people like the quick builds? Do they want to see more things like this elsewhere in Winterville, et cetera? So thinking about sort of future long-term change. So that's all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions or refer you to people who might know more than me, and ask ask away. I'm excited to talk. Or ask Anthony.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Do you have a question? Can you step right here, please, for 1 second? And state your name
Azra Jones, member in the community of Winterville. But I was actually going to ask if you guys can consider South Central High School in Winterville, because you have high school students that are walking to and from that Manchester neighborhood that's going to the high school. And there's a lot of high school students that let out of school early, and those cars are flying down the road, and those kids are trying to cross the road into the neighborhood. So if you guys could consider South Central High School, that would be awesome.
Thank you, West Side. I didn't put her up to that, because I stay on that side, and I stay in Manchester.
So, I mean, I will say that paint is very cheap. So depending on what kind of implementation tools we want to use, it would be easy to like kind of paint a lot of crosswalks. If we want more things like those modular speed tables, the RRFBs, the flashing beacons, they're a bit pricier. So depending on what we want on these intersections, there's a potential for sort of expanding the scope to adding more crosswalks.
And I think, because what you're asking, Ms. Jones, is the thing, what we have to remember is, Four Lines Road is a state-maintained road out there, and so that would be a little bit.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
where connecting with NCDOT. We've already gotten their general permission to do this work, so that's been great. But yes, it is state-maintained, which always comes with its own sort of
Right.
burdens. Yeah.
The only challenge with Four Lines is it's not in town.
It's not, say that one
It
more
is
time?
not
Not in town, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a very good point.
Well, maybe we can work with DOT.
There's certainly no problem in
Right.
asking.
I mean, maybe we could ask that
Of the
to
initiative.
be able to work with them on that. You know, there's no harm in asking, correct?
No,
And
there's no harm in
maybe they can find some money to fix that out there. And maybe even bring in the school board, bring in the county, because it boils down to safety out there in that area.
Yeah, and we're hoping to connect more with schools in Pitt County in general through
Right.
the Safe Routes to School Award, so, yeah. And also, there's some personal changes happening at NCDOT in our division, so
Right.
I think that are overall promising for doing more safety improvements,
Okay,
so,
all right.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. So you need consent from us, Anthony?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right. What is your pleasure, board? Need a motion?
I would like to move that we move forward with the
Grant application.
grant application for the Quick Build Mini Grant.
I second.
Have a motion made by Councilwoman Smith, second by Councilman Moy to move forward with the SAFER grant. Any discussion?
I just have one discussion regarding the South Central ask. So we will reconnect with DOT before or during the application submission.
It'll probably be during.
Okay.
The application is general enough that we don't need necessarily specific locations in the application.
Okay.
So it'll probably happen concurrently.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. I was just looking at your grant timeline. Thank you.
Okay. Any more discussion? If not, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion carried.
Now, if I may just thank Dr. Dell for all her hard work. I mean, she's just come in and volunteered and done this on her own behalf, and she's worked diligently with all these partners and pulling everybody together, so we really appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Yeah. Other agenda items we have down here, Ms. Manager.
Yes, sir, thank you. Just wanted to give council a quick update on the cemetery expansion project. We've been trying to work for months now to take that new section of land that we purchased for the cemetery expansion. One of the big hurdles that was standing in our way was getting the transformer pole, et cetera, that Greenwood Utilities owns moved so that we could direct some of the road and layout that we had planned. That has now been done. Robert, please.
So the entry road to the new cemetery, the new phase of it is directly adjacent to the existing CMSD fence that houses their pump station. We've since relocated that fence, and we had to cut a part of the corner off so we could set a utility pole. Greenwood Utilities gave us an initial estimate of around $38,000 to do that work. We negotiated with them, and we got it down to about $4,000. But we'll be doing most of the work in-house, and then they'll come in behind us. They've just dropped off the conduits. I'm supposed to meet them out there Wednesday, and after that, I think we can start digging.
Thank you, Robert. You said that much more eloquently than I did, so I appreciate that.
I've been a lot more aggravated with it the last couple.
Well, I appreciate staff's work with utilities and the work that you all will be doing internally. And then again, obviously, once that big hurdle is out of the way, I can come back with a more definitive report on what's remaining and what's left to be done.
Okay, all right. Items for future agenda and future work sessions. Terry, you want to speak to that?
I can, certainly, Mayor, jump in.
Okay.
Obviously, I put down 3 potential workshops that I think that would be good for this council to schedule, and I hope that at least we can get 1, if not 2 of them, maybe all 3 of them scheduled this evening. This will be the first one of its kind, but since we have such a large change in our board over tonight, and then obviously over the last year or so, the mayor and I talked, and Keenan and I talked, and we felt like that it might be good to have a workshop that would be for what we would call council orientation. And that would be for the entire board, because theoretically the board, and literally the board is a new board.
Right.
So we would like to look at trying to set a date for that. Now, the vision, you might think retreat, we don't really use that term in Winterville. We use vision setting meeting, and that is something we usually try to schedule in late January, early February. It tends to be a lot about budget, but it is not only about budget, it's about council setting priorities and giving staff direction on those priorities. And then third is there are some large-scale changes coming to solid waste and specifically recycling. And Commissioner Smith left, but he could certainly speak to a lot of the changes that are forthcoming, and we're already seeing it in terms of getting notices of violation for contaminated solid waste, contaminated recyclables, if you will. And council's really going to have to make some hard decisions on where we go moving forward. So I think that that certainly warrants its own workshop. Obviously, recycling would be the top priority of that workshop, but it's probably going to encompass solid waste discussion as a whole. You all are very aware we've been struggling with our current contract holder. We don't have, we're trying to come up with ways to move forward, and that's a challenge, large in part because of recycling. So it's a big issue we need to discuss. So if we could try to set dates for these earlier rather than later, I think they're all very important.
Okay. Like Terry said, I've been in discussion with Terry and also with King. I just felt like having a new council, trying to bring everybody up to speed so that everybody can know how this form of government works. And I would like to see this basically happen sometime in January. I throwed out a Saturday date, Saturday morning. We could get in on a Saturday morning, sit down, have breakfast together, start learning each other, and have King and Terry come in, and maybe we can bring someone else in if we can get the School of Government can get somebody here to us, and that way we can knock out the ethics for everybody at one time and whatnot. I'm just speaking of that, but I thought it would be
I think ethics has got to be handled in a specific.
okay, all right. Well, anyway, but we can kind of get some stuff hashed out, and that way the new people can understand the budget process before we get ready to move into the budget process. Because it is overwhelming when you first come in, be honest with you, So, Terry, do you bring a calendar so we can
I do
kind
have a
of throw
calendar.
out some dates? Now, first of all, I just want to know from the council, would a Saturday work, or do y'all want to be on a weekday? Or Saturday morning work for you all, or would y'all like to be in the afternoon?
Saturday morning would work.
It would work fine for me as long as it works for staff.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So, Terry, what dates?
Our choices for Saturdays in January would be the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th.
The 6th, 13th, 20, and 27?
Yes.
Okay. When is the holiday for the school? Isn't it somewhere around the 13th? Uh-huh, is it around the 13th? Uh-huh, so is it the 13th, around the
The 15th,
15th?
on that Monday, the 15th.
So the 20th will work for me because I have so many other things that I would have to do on the 13th.
The 20th works.
The 20th, would the 20th work for you? 20th work for you, Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Hawkins? Yes. Terry, the 20th,
I believe so.
okay. King?
Yes, sir. I think the 20th worked fine.
Okay, all right.
Now, what kind of time frame are we looking? 8 to 11, 9 to 11?
8 to 12, just go 8 to 12. Y'all good with that, 8 to 12? And we may can get out of there before the end, but 8 to 12, just,
Okay.
We can hash that out, okay?
Can we just do it here in this room?
We can do it here. Where you want to do it at?
Here's fine.
Okay. I ain't mean it like that, but that didn't sound right.
If that's okay with it, if that's okay with council.
Okay, all right. That sounds good, meet here in the conference room. Terry-
Probably do it out here.
Well, Terry gonna cook breakfast? All right, okay.
Y'all bet. I'm very capable.
That's why they got
Not gonna
Dunkin'
do it,
Donuts.
but I'm very capable.
All right, okay. Well, we got that settled on that part of it. So, January the 20th on that, 8 to 12. And again, thank y'all, council, for agreeing to this. This has been sort of like one of the things I want to make sure we get accomplished. Of course, the vision setting was already, we got dates for that, correct?
No, we don't.
We don't. Oh, okay. Vision setting meeting. All right, Terry, what?
We normally do that one night as a workshop during the week.
Okay.
And I would recommend that we continue that path, if that's all right.
Yes.
We usually do it, I would suggest maybe the 29th, 30th, or 31st if council's calendars agree.
29th. Okay.
That's a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday.
That's,
How about the 30th? That's a Tuesday night.
That would work fine.
all right.
January.
Okay, so we normally start that around 5 o'clock. Dinner will be served. That'll be here in the assembly room,
January 29th?
30th.
January 30th, I'm sorry. January 30th.
I had to look to make sure.
Okay, and that starts at 5:30, 6 o'clock?
Which is better, 5 or 5:30 or 6?
What works for you all?
5:30 be better?
5:30?
We'll split the difference and go with 5:30.
5:30, okay. 5:30. All right. And then scheduling this recycling and solid waste workshop.
Everybody have the appetite to try to do this in January? We have fines associated with this issue that will start in, I'm looking at Cliff and Anthony, I believe, March.
I got an update this week
Uh-oh.
from Pitt County. They said they've decided not to do any kind of fines until the new budget.
Oh.
They have pushed it back.
We do have a little more room, but I would suggest we meet sooner rather than later, because it is
Let's
going
push
to
it
be a
to
huge issue. but-
February.
Okay,
Let's push it into February.
anybody have an idea of what time, thank you, Cliff, what time of the month they would like to meet?
Would this be in the afternoon, in the evening as well?
Yes,
Like a
ma'am.
5:30?
Yeah, 5:30. Week of January
February?
I'm sorry, February the 13th through,
Now, our regular council meeting is the 12th.
all right, well, I'm saying February the 13th through the 17th, I have a conference with my job in Charlotte. I'm just, I have a conference that week.
What about the week of February 5th through 9th, earlier? Does that
That's
work?
fine, that's fine.
Does that work?
How's the 8th work? That's a Thursday night.
That works. Does that work
What
for
time?
you?
February the
February
8th.
8th. That's
February the
Thursday
8th.
night.
Everybody, February the 8th?
February 8th?
Uh-huh.
At what time?
No,
That won't work.
that won't work.
Mr. Moy says that won't
All
work.
right, you know.
Okay.
I can do the 12th. You said, what about the
12th.
12th?
12th is our regular meeting.
Okay, what about the 20th?
That's a Tuesday night.
Or 19th, the 20th, the 20, I mean, anytime the 8th would be bad for me.
How about the 22nd?
That'll be great.
That's a Thursday night.
February 22nd?
Thursday, the 22nd?
Uh-huh.
February 22nd, that'll be fine.
All right.
That work for
February-
everybody?
February 22nd? Okay. And that's 5:30?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 22nd. All right, 5:30.
Okay, great.
All right.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay,
I will send out reminders, obviously.
all right. Next up, we have announcements. Terry, while you writing, I can kind of read the
That'd be great.
announcements, if you don't
Perfect.
mind.
No, sir.
All right, announcements. Cops on the Roof, Friday, December the 15th, 2023, at 9 a.m. at Walmart in Greenville, on Greenville Boulevard. And Chief, if you could stand up, I think we're doing with Shop with a Cop, and I got an email, if anybody would like to donate, they need to donate before the 15th. And what they need to do, donate to the police department, write a check to the police department?
They can drop a check at the PD or at the finance department.
Okay.
Made out to the town of Winterville, Shop with the Cop in the middle.
Okay, all right. Okay, if y'all would like to donate with that, yeah, you can do that. Thank you, Chief.
Yes, sir.
All right. Planning and Zoning Board meeting Monday, December 18th, 7 p.m. here at the Town Hall Assembly Room. Board of Adjustment meeting Tuesday, December the 19th at 7 p.m., the Town Hall Assembly Room. The Human Relation Board meeting is Thursday, December the 21st, here 7 p.m. in the Town Hall Executive Conference Room. And I want to speak to that. Can we look in to make sure, what's going on? I know we keep not having a quorum.
Yes, I will.
And can
I'm
we
gonna try to
send letters back out
Yes.
to,
Yeah, I sure will.
and, okay, all right, thank you. All right, what I just spoke about earlier, Shop with a Cop, Friday, December the 22nd, the Winterville Police Department. The town office closing for Christmas holidays are Friday, December the 22nd at 12 p.m. Christmas holiday, town closing Monday, December the 25th through Wednesday, December the 27th. New Year's holiday, the town will be closed on Monday, January the 1st, 2024. Agenda review is Thursday, January the 4th, at 4 p.m. in the town executive conference room. And for the new members, what it is, basically, we meet is not mandatory. You can come and Terry will go over the agenda as you see it here. Is, you know, it's kind of like walking you through what's going to be happening. And if you have any specific questions, you can ask them on the agenda of that day, or you can write down so you can have your questions ready. So by the time the meeting comes. Then the regular town council meeting is January the 8th at 6 p.m. here at the town hall. Okay. And with that being said, now the attorney is on point.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report tonight. I would like to welcome the new members to the council and would like to wish everybody Merry Christmas. Thank you.
Next up, Ms. Smith, it's your turn. If you'd like to say anything.
No, I realize that many of them are gone now, but I do want to say thank you to all the family and the friends and the elected officials and judges and everybody who came out to support us this evening. Also, I look forward to working with everybody on the board and to serving the constituents of Winterville.
Dr. Harrell?
I'd just like to say thank you to the staff. Thank you for everything that you all do on a daily basis. I really appreciate you all. Thank you to the council. Welcome to the new council members. I'm excited to work alongside you No one person can just do things alone. We have to work as a team. So, we have to make sure that we empower each other to enhance the well-being of our town. So thank you again so much and welcome.
Mr. Moore?
Yes, first I'd like to congratulate the new board that we have. It's no I, it's going to be a team effort. Whatever we do, we're going to do it together from the council right on down to our citizens. Because all of us has a part to play to make sure that the town continue to be a slice of good life. I want to congratulate Dr. Harrell as Mayor Pro and my new partner next. We will be sharing notes, or I might be copying notes, or we're going to be sharing ideas. We're going to be working together along with the rest of our staff. I would like to say Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas and a prosper New Year.
Ms. Hawkins?
There you go.
Good evening. First and foremost, I would like to thank the people of Winterville who came out and cast their vote for me. I am sitting in the seat to represent you. I am proud to be able to speak on your behalf, work with the council, the mayor, town manager, moving forward. What we need to do in terms of Winterville to make it a slice of a good life for everyone. I am your voice. And I thank you for putting me in this seat, and I look forward to working for you. Thank you.
Madam Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wishing this new council congratulations to the new members and the returning members. Look forward to working with everyone. Wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a great holiday season. And for the council, I do have the information for the Essentials of Municipal Government seminar that's put on by the I was going to say United States School of Government, the UNC School of Government. It's been a long day, and the League. So there are several dates, and obviously for new members, but certainly current members can go as well. It does contain the statutorily required section on ethics that you all, the new members would be required, and returning members would be required to take. If you all are so inclined to attend one of these sessions, let us know. We'll get you registered. But I think for those that have been before, I speak on their behalf. I have attended myself. I'm not an elected official, but I certainly like to hear what goes on. And it's said to elected officials, it's an excellent overview of local government and can give you probably your best overview that's available. So please let me know if I can help get you registered for one of those. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, I echo the sentiments of all the council members that said welcome to our new council women. Let me say that again, women. We got a board full of women. And thank y'all. Thank y'all for stepping up. Me and Johnny has got to be on our best behavior. But this is the first. I think it's the first for us to have this many council women governing. I know Terry's just grinning, so she can keep us in line. Yeah. But with that said, I've been in your seat. It's going to be a lot of stuff coming your way, but don't let it overconsume you. Just take it a little bit at a time, and you're going to be all right. You only one vote. Just remember that, and you're going to be okay. Work-life balance. That's my favorite word. Work-life balance, and you can get things done. This town's going to move with you or without you, and I don't mean that negatively, but we're going to move, and so. Bring your hard hat and be ready to work. You hear that, Cliff? All right. So with that being said, I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And also, too, we got, if you would stay around, I got you, Jerry.
Thank you, Mayor.
I got you.
Thank you,
I
Mayor.
got you. If the council people would stay around just quick enough for our photographer to get your photo for our new board out there, we really appreciate that. With that being said, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion on the floor made by Councilwoman Smith, second by Dr. Harrell
motion of the night.
to adjourn. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? I ain't heard a nay yet. Yeah, I got it.
I saw my phone, it was out there.
Thank you,
It
sir.
ran away.
Look forward to it.
Keith, thank you, brother. Yeah. I thought Paul.